Having 5 kids didn't make me less ambitious. It made me question what I was ambitious for. Because nobody at home cares how productive I looked. Nobody cares what I got done today. My kids don't care about my job, my follower counts, or how many things I crossed off my list. They care whether I was there, whether I was present. After raising 5 kids, here's what they taught me. Something I wish I understood earlier. Success isn't just about what you build. It's about what building it costs you. There's a version of success that when I started my career, that was it. It was how much money I made, what position can I get, who can I influence, how many followers can I get, and that version of success causes you to kind of eliminate everything. There's something called the 4-burner framework. The 4-burner framework goes like this. In order for you to be successful, there are 4 burners that you can look at in terms of success. There is your family, there's your health, there's your friends, and then there's your work. So when you're looking at this, you can't put them all at 100%. Think about it like this. The burners have gas, and the gas can only do a certain amount at a time. So you can only have certain ones high at certain times. In order for you to be successful, you have to turn off the other frameworks. You have to turn off the other burners. So you'll see this in highly successful people where they have absolutely no balance whatsoever. So they say, in order to be successful, you got to turn off at least one. And then in order to be ultra successful, you have to get rid of 2. And if you look at like guys like Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, you'll see that they get rid of their health. They get rid of time with family, and they go all in on building career and friendships. Or they go all in on health and career. Or you go all in on family and career. So you'll have people that I go on vacation every year with my family, I'm climbing the corporate ladder, and I'm crushing it. But they have no time for anything else. So what I've realized is that in that 4-burner framework, there's only certain things that you can have running at the same time. My definition of success had to change because if I look at it from a point of view of how many followers do I have, how much money do I make, and whatever superficial thing that I can attach to it, what ends up happening is this. What do I leave for my family when I'm gone? And I think about this because, I think back to my dad. For me, my dad, if I was looking at that 4-burner framework, my dad went all in on career, and I would guess he went all in on friendship. He didn't really focus on his health. I never saw my dad work out or exercise or go for walks or do anything that's healthy. I say healthy, barring the fact of eating vegetarian before vegetarianism was cool. That's the only thing. If you consider being a vegetarian healthy, then I guess then God bless you. But the reality is that he didn't really do anything healthy. That's how I view it. So he didn't do any healthy. He didn't spend any time with family, and he went all in on career. And I'm guessing friendships because he was part of a lodge, but then he sacrificed that. I feel like he went all in on just career at one point, and that was where he put all his attention, all his waking hours, everything he did. So the point where I look what I do with my family in comparison to what my dad did with us. On a regular basis, there's either a birthday party I'm going to, there's either some sort of function that I'm going to that's family related. Even this weekend, I'm celebrating my daughter's birthday, my wife's birthday. I gotta take my kids out on a Saturday. I can say no to all these things, but the reality is that if I say no to these things, what am I saying yes to? A no to my family is a yes to something else, but it's also a no to time spent, memories that my kids are gonna have, my wife is gonna have. And realistically, as I look at it, when it comes down to it's my kids, my wife, when my kids are all gone, it's my wife till death do us part. That's the girl I picked. She's my ride or die. So those are things that I have to focus on, because everything can be stripped away from me, right? Everything can be stripped away from me, and that's what I have. So the question that I'm left with, and these are the questions that I have, which, what truly defines success? Success is, Earl Nightingale said it, and I'm going to paraphrase it, because I whenever I get things, I think about it from my own perspective or my own words. So Earl Nightingale said that success is a ideal cause, is whatever cause that you say that this is what I'm going to do, and you actually go out and do it. Like that's pretty much what it is. And I'm not going to put the Earl Nightingale quote on the screen. I'm trying to be minimalist with this, so you can read the Earl Nightingale quote in the caption. There we go. And then I'll drop it in a pin post or something like that. Maybe that's a lot of work. No, I'm not going to do that. So anyways, success is something that I have to look at. So now if I say I want to be a successful family man, what does that look like? Well, one is I got to be able to provide for my family. We live off a single income household, so providing for my family is a necessary thing. Now I also firmly believe that God will provide. Right? I live off of that. That's my faith, and I say this from a point of view that I have to stand on that faith, because if I don't, then I have to strive for everything. So I have to firmly believe that God will provide, that God will open doors for me, that He will provide me with the necessary income that I need for my family at every level of my family. I have 5 kids. Here's some more opportunity for you. I have 4 kids. Here's some more opportunity for you. I have 6 kids. Here's some more opportunity for you. We're not pregnant. There's no other child on the way. Just disclaimer. But I realize that because God is going to provide for me, my idea of success is not going to be based off of my work and merit when I go to different places. Yes, I am a high-level achiever in a lot of different areas of my life. I have constant things on the go. My mind is always working, and that's me. That's how I was made. That's who I am. But I have to also taper it from a point of view of that. How do I become a better father? How do I connect with my kids? I have 5 kids. Each one of my kids are in different stages and need different things. I also have a wife I need to connect with, and she's different, and I need to connect with them. So I'll give you an example. One of my kids she's like, Dada, can I have an uppy, hug, kiss, snuggle? I'm like, she's physical touch. Me and her, we get along because that's what I'm like, get over here, and I give her a hug, and I cuddle, and I give her a kiss, and she loves that stuff. So it's very easy for me to talk to her. She was my baby that we had in 2020, and I got to be home with her more frequently because of 2020, and I got to carry her and be closer to her. My first daughter wants to wrestle. She wants to wrestle, and that's how she feels connected to me. She wants to wrestle. She wants me to put her in a chokehold, and it's wild. It's like, oh man, I'm raising a little fighter here. My second daughter wants time spent. She wants to be beside me. She wants to talk to me. She wants to talk. Whether I talk or not is irrelevant. She wants to do talking. So if I just ask her questions, she'll start talking and give all the information. She'll spill the beans. My son is different. My son is, I want to say he is very similar to me, but I'd say my third daughter is probably the most similar to me out of all my kids. But my son, he needs me to show him how to be a man, but he needs to show him how to be a boy. So getting down and playing with him, being rough with him a bit, tickling him, putting him in chokeholds, not literal chokeholds. Disclaimer: there's no child abuse happening in my house. We're having fun. So like, we're having fun, right? And then my youngest, my last daughter, all she needs from me at this point right now is to be there, hear her voice, talk to her, let her hear my voice, get her to recognize my voice, look at her, play with her. And the playing is very small because she's sleeping all the time. My wife needs something completely different. My wife is a stay-at-home mom. She is the word to these days is trad wife, so traditional wife, stay-at-home mom, homeschool mom. We homeschool all our kids. So a lot of her interactions are with kids, unless you go to co-op or go to some other function or event with other kids and other parents. But she's with kids all the time. So what she needs from me is she needs me to be there. When I get home, I got to be there for her. So you can see that everyone needs something different from good old Manny, right? And I'm not even talking about what people need from me at work, because that's a whole other mess. I got 13 trainers who all have different personalities and need something totally different from me as well. And that takes up my time as well. And I got to figure that stuff out. So my version of success has to change, because my version of success is only limited to how am I at work? Well, I have a whole family that, guess what? If I'm only based off of how I am at work, I have a whole family that I'm creating a memory for. And like I said, I remember my dad, and he was 100% at work, but at home, he was 100% at work, right? There was no time for anything else. And for me, what I'm trying to carve out is time for my family. And so I take up jobs that are high performance-based jobs, so sales jobs that you can make more per hour or more per result, performance-based jobs that equals more per result, content creation, and speaking, because I know that I'll get paid more for my time, which in essence will be able to give me more time with my family. And more time with my family, it's not just time with my family, like, oh, I'm so happy, but like, I want to create memories. We just went camping together like a couple weeks ago, and that was amazing. My kids loved it, and we can't wait to go again. And I want to instill that in them. I never went camping with my family. I went camping with the church. I went camping with the youth group. I went camping with everyone else. Everyone camping with my family. And I think that memory shared with my family, if it was shared with my family, would bring us closer. Because it'd be like, hey, remember every summer we go camping? Like these memories that I don't have. Hey, remember every summer? Like we don't have that because there was dysfunction in my family. And so there's dysfunction in my family as I grew up because the fact there was, and everyone has a bit of dysfunction. You can take a look back and you'll probably see it in your own life. But the dysfunction came from the factor of, if we go back to that 4-burner framework, I had a dad that was chasing after one version of success. I had a mom that was figuring out life without having a necessary partner in crime who wanted to figure it out with her. I have a sister who was redefining her success, and I have myself who's also ambitious in defining my success. But what I've realized in my adult life is that success changes. And now because success changes, I have to focus on what does that success look like for me now. And success for me now looks like this. Spending time with my family is anything that can get me to spend more time with my family is something that is positive. Anything that will pay me more money to spend more time with my family is a net positive. Anything that I can do that I can do now that can create something in the future that equals me spending more time with my family is something that I'm willing to invest into right now. If it removes me from my household and removes me from my family, I do not want to do it. I personally believe that friendships are important, but there are different ways for me to get my idea in terms of friends. Friends, like-minded people. So like I find them at church. I find them in the gym. I talk to them whenever I can. I call them whenever I can. That's as much of a friendship as I'm going to get in my current stage of life. I'm not looking for boys' nights. I'm not looking for, hey, I need to unwind at a movie. I'm not looking for any of that because, frankly speaking, I'm very motivated by getting things done. And the things that I like getting done is not like I look at projects, and so the idea is like a man needs to build something. So like a version of success is like this, for instance. I want to I'm building a course. My course comes out next month, right? I've been working on this course with one of my mentors for the last for this entire year, and it's really cool because it's going to get launched, and as it gets launched, I now have this thing that I have going on that I didn't necessarily have before, and then I get to curate it and keep on making it and do 2.0 and do 3.0. That's one thing I get to build. Then I'm building a whole speaking career, right? Where I'm gonna get to travel and get to talk to people. I like speaking in front of people. Like really, truly, people are like, I'm so scared. Like, I don't know what it is, but for me, when I feel pressure, I feel like a heightened sense of, all right, let's go. Like, it's wild. I'll give you one example of this. We were at a leadership meeting with my job, and we were playing this game. It was Jeopardy, and we were behind by a lot. And then there was like 10 questions on there. I ripped off 10 for 10 because there was pressure, and we had to win. Like, my head is set up like that. I like fourth quarters. I like seeing the pressure, and it's not that you're always going to make it. You're not always going to win, but I like that type of pressure. So that pressure speaking on stage is just like one of those, all right, let's go and crush it. I'm building out a speaking career. I'm building out this content creation thing, and like, there's a lot of fun. And when I say there's a lot of fun, there's a lot of fun in life. But success is something that I had to redefine. And the way I look at success now is this: anything that will bring me closer to my family, anything that will help me build a lasting memory with my wife and my kids, that is successful. My job and what I want to be and who I am is an amazing father, an amazing husband, an amazing person. And that's who I strive to be every single day. Not every day is perfect, and not every day is it that it's going to be like, oh, that's who I am and that's who I'm going to be. I understand mistakes happen. I've made tons of them. I'm not perfect. But what I realize is that it's not that, I remember thinking about this when I was younger. It's like, oh, I can't be perfect. It's not about being perfect. And it's not about the strive of being perfect. It's the idea of continual working on yourself, and there's always something I have to improve. I'm never going to get to a place where I'm like, I'm now perfect. I think life's good. But success, all success is when you say you're going to do something, you do it. Therefore, you are successful. And for me, success at this point is spending more time with my family. And I have been spending more time with my family. And it's been amazing. The one thing I have to remember with success is this: that my biggest audience isn't online. Like, it's not all the people that are going to follow me. It's not all the people that listen to me speak. It's not all the people that show up to any events that I've done or do or anything like that. My biggest audience is those 5 kids that are watching me all the time. Because if, in essence, when I think about it, like, I can have impact all over the world, but what's the point of impact all over the world if I can't have impact in my household? Because if I have impact in my household, I'm impacting way more people. I got 5 kids. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At some point, those arrows are going to be sent out into the world. And the impact that they will have will equal a greater impact that I will have. Because I'm instilling them truths. I'm instilling them morals, ethics, values. My wife is there instilling those same things. And we're on the same page about what we want to be able to do. So at that point, success becomes this bigger thing. It's a legacy. Success isn't about now. Success is about the future. And the future never really shows up because you're always building. Having 5 kids taught me that success needs a second question. It's not only about what I'm building, it's also who am I becoming while I build it, and what are the people I love experiencing along the way. I don't want to work all week just to recover on the weekend. I don't want to make more money while having less time for my family. I don't want to build a successful career and realize I missed my kids growing up. I still have big goals. I'm still ambitious, but now I understand that the goals isn't the choose between my family and my success. The goal is to build a version of success that has room for both.